Warning! This game depicts scenes of a disturbing and unnatural nature. Viewer discretion is advised. Good day, everybody, and welcome back to Spirit Hunter Deathmark. Last time we saved Miss 𝙑𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬. She was eaten by herself? Does that make it 4? I don't know. But we're on to now figure out what the next ghost is, so... Mary isn't here anymore. Should I rest for today? Yes. I decided to rest now. Miss 𝙑𝙬𝙬𝙬 saved, quote unquote. It's been nearly a day since we found Mary. We're like a boat adrift without an ocean. No compass to guide us. Who knows where the currents will take us? We'll find salvation at the end? Hey, Mr. Yoshiki. Looks like we wasted a whole day. Is it gonna be like this every day? If you're done checking in here, why don't we look outside? Mary said unnecessary contact with outsiders could speed up the Mark's curse. And if I lose any more of my memories, I'm not sure I'll be able to function. For the past 10 days, the only other person I've spoken to is the convenience store clerk. That explains why we only had TV dinners and snack food. Sitting and waiting isn't gonna accomplish anything. I'd rather not wind up forgetting my own name like you. Not that I completely believe that this cursed thing is real. She raised her voice to hide how it shakes. She's still stubbornly sticking to her denial of the existence of the Markan spirits. But I already know she's accepted it. We went through it herself last night. Ghosts and curse don't exist. Why'd this have to happen to me? Oh. Hello. Startled by the sudden knock. Visitor in the middle of the night. I don't need Mary to know it's a mark bearer. Hello. Sorry to impose on you so late. Oh, hey. Who are you? His skin is as white as a sheet and dark circles nearly swallow his eyes. Almost like a dead person stands before us. You're the ghost! No. You're Yoshiki in here, alright? I heard about you and the mark from Yasuka before I came here. Something about a Miss 𝙑𝙬𝙬𝙬 too? Sounds like you had a rough night. He seems to know Yasuka. Maybe she's following through on her promise and sent him to help us. Well, let's get introductions done. I'm Suji Damon. I think you can guess my occupation. Firefighter. Wearing this thing means I don't have to explain, thank goodness. He gestures his stethoscope around his neck. Yep, definitely, he's a dentist. What kind of business brings a doctor like you here? Damon's eyes flicker over at the suspicious in hero's tone. I don't work good. No need to be so defensive. I have the cursed scar, same as you, the mark. He unbuttons his shirt to reveal a familiar mark on the left side of his chest. It just suddenly appeared one day. Though to be honest, I never thought it'd happen to me. Maybe it's punishment for being stupidly curious about it. Curious? Did you know about the mark before Yasuka told you about it? Yeah, that's right. There's mention of a strange scar in my grandpa's records as a military profession. I did some personal research. Military physician's records would mean they'd be from the Second World War, more than 50 years ago. But that doesn't add up. Rumors of the mark only started around a month ago. If it mentioned in those records, the rumors would be much older. There's a reason for that. Aliens. Patients with the symptoms were kept in a secret army laboratory. After the war, all top-secret documents related to the lab were burned, except the clinical records I found. A secret lab, huh? That's kind of hard to believe. Dr. Damon, you don't mean to say the mark was used as some kind of biological weapon? Every country had at least 1 or 2 soldiers who were divinely possessed. People only call on gods when they're in trouble. It was the end of the war. and they were backed in a corner. How unscientific. Don't you think so, Mr. Yoshiki? We can't deny it's possible. Are you serious? I can see why Asuka gave you her stamp of approval. The way you consider every possibility is indeed admirable. The open-mindedness must allow you to face the supernatural. However, it's hard to picture the mark being used as a weapon. Seems the 13th Army Engineering Lab was developing something. It was called the Kannon Soldier. Kannon Soldier. It makes me think of the 𝙑𝙤𝙑𝙑𝙑𝙑 Kannon. The 𝙑𝙑𝙑𝙑... Sorry I'm pronouncing this wrong. I'm just going to call it Buddhist. I'm assuming that's a Buddhist term, so I'm just going to say the Buddhist Kannon. 50 years ago, in the Buddhist statues, it can't be. Dr. Damon, where is that lab? Unfortunately, I have no idea. Sorry. The documents my grandfather kept don't give me any details about it. I see. Hey, Mr. Yoshiki, that 13th Army Engineering Lab. It's the shelter Zukawa went to. She pulls out her old map. I'd want to keep it secret, but as I'd rather not die from this mark, I'll tell you. This shows the entrance to the 13th Army Engineering Lab. Whoa, are you serious? In his excitement, he starts coughing. My apologies. Where did you get that, hero? My grandfather passed 6 months ago. We were sorting his belongings. Isn't the idea of a secret lab just fascinating? So I thought I'd look into it. And then Miss Zhu stole it. I accidentally let it slip to her. She loved strange experiments like that, so it probably stuck with her. I thought as much, though. Whatever turned her into a monster is down in that secret lab. So there's a lab that's creating monsters. Cool. That's a pretty unscientific line of reasoning. Using the occult to turn yourself into a monster is utter nonsense. But if there's a scientific method behind it, I'll have to consider it. I mean, replacing body parts with animal parts, that's kind of scientific, but still. I suppose that's just how she is. Was your grandfather involved with the lab in some way, hero? He could have been. All I know is he was an engineer with the rank of captain. Ooh. Ooh, does that mean your grandfather also has, like, access to, like, special records and stuff? Because that might be useful. You're both grandchildren of people involved in the engineering lab, and now you both have the mark? Yeah, that would be correct. That and our lab coats are probably all Hiro and I have in common. From what we understand, people with the mark appeared in the secret lab 50 years ago. There might be something there that'll help us find the truth behind the curse. So not only do you get the mark from seeing a ghost, but if your ancestors had the mark, you get it as well? That's also the origin of the Kannon Soldier. A name that reminds me of a statue, the traces of Miss Zhu in the shelter. It might all be connected to the Buddha statues that were stolen from each shrine. Dr. Damon gave us a lot of info. We'll have to thank Yasuka for introducing him to us. The fates are indeed mysterious. Will you help us, Dr. Damon? Of course. Just don't expect anything physical. You sick? You don't look well. Yeah, something like that. I don't practice what I preach. Huh. His dry laugh sounds like he's deflecting. He's abnormally thin for a man his age. It's possible that he's gravely ill. So we're heading to the shelter? About that, we were stopped from going further by a locked door. Strange old man was there too. I doubt he'll cooperate with us, though. It'd be difficult to break in from there. Well, then we'll just knock the guy out. We'll bang on the door. He comes out. He's like, "What are you kids doing on my lawn?" We're just gonna give him a good old 1-2. Where did you enter the shelter? A manhole on K. Miyamachi North Road. I see. She opens the map and studies it. You're right, an entrance is there, but there seems to be another one. It's at M Now South Alley. Have you tried going there? Not yet. Then let's go there. Hopefully we can get in. New info has been added to the spirit file. Rumors of the Kannon Soldier. Who's our partner? You. Let's save a game and let's get going then. South Alley. Bring her up. Yeah, this looks south and like an alley. Yep, no denying that. We reach 𝑚_now South Alley. Like the North Road, it's silent and empty. The map doesn't specify the location of the entrance, just that it happens to be here. We'll have to search for it. Is it this? There's a manhole. Unlike 𝘑𝙑𝙑𝙬𝙧, the road only has one. I'm sure this is the place. Manhole lid has a place to grip it, just like the one at 𝘑𝙑𝙑𝙬𝙧. This has to be it. This is strange. Why doesn't the public have any idea about this underground shelter? You'd think the sewer department would at least. How the hell would I know? It was probably hushed up so people involved wouldn't get in trouble. He supposedly performed some terrible experiments in there after all. Does she sound kind of excited? I bet the terrible experiments fascinate her. Alright, well, let's go. And when I lift the lid, a musty smell greets me. I'm like, ugh, this smells familiar. Like the other entrance, the hole goes deep. Thankfully, there's a ladder here, too. Alright, time to go down. Go ahead, Mr. Yashiki. Hero and I descend into the dark world beneath H City. What awaits us down in that darkness? Will we find the truth we're seeking? Or a hell smeared with blood? Alrighty then. The sight that greets us at the bottom is the same as what we saw at 𝘑𝙑𝙑𝙬𝙧. The looming concrete walls and the suffocating stagnant air. We weren't wrong to assume that the two places were connected. So this is the engineering lab. It's even more dreary than I expected. Wait, do you hear a song? Yes, I do. If it's not some kind of prank, then maybe the spirits of the soldiers are wandering around and singing. You have no proof of that. It's entirely unscientific. Shut up about that crap. What song are they singing? Still, it's a little unsettling to hear an army song. Oh, it's like a propaganda song? It's gotta be a supernatural phenomena. Well, there's blood. There's an area with the stain that is lighter colored than the rest. That looks like a map, so... just blood. Another area that, like blood. There's our pitch black stains. Is this blood? What? Impossible. This much blood would be... that's the other... But doesn't that other thing bother you too? I'm not an idiot, of course I noticed. The spot without any stains. Looks like something was posted here. There's a clearly defined clean space on the wall as if something had been there. Looks like it avoided being sprayed with blood because something was originally posted there. Poster or bulletin, something like that. Well, it's illegible now. Ooh. Something flows swiftly through the pipes. I'm assuming it's blood, because of course it is. When I step in view of an iron door that appears before me, the air swiftly clears. Goosebumps rise, a presence is approaching? There's an incessant beeping like from a telegraph. I freeze in place. Okay. The beeping becomes gradually louder, almost as if it's just trying to tell me something. The sequence just keeps repeating this code. What does it mean? I don't know. Evan? Oh no, I'm dead. I don't know Morse code. The darkness tightens around my throat like a noose. Without oxygen, my brain instantly shuts down. I got choked? Okay. Decide again. When I step in view of an iron door, I can skip this, yeah. Freeze. What does it mean? Soul? Okay, that's the right choice, so soul. I hear a quiet voice. Point to your soul. Point to my head, point to my heart, point to my stomach. My head? Oh. The beeping suddenly stops. Survived! Yay. Ah. Hero seems terrified. Hey, Hero, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, obviously. She's acting different than usual. Let's go, I think it's fine now. Understood. Yet another thing was on the wall. I open my eyes wide and stare at the white space that might have been a poster. I only end up drying my eyes out. Oh! An operating room. Or an animal, like a veterinarian room, I think. Air in this room is musty. At first glance, I'd say it's part of the medical facility. This is an operating room. Yeah, I figured. And this smell... Is it that dead guy down there on the left? There it is. Shine the light over there for a second. Yep, I knew it. There's a dead man. I shine the flashlight as directed and find a corpse. Hero crouches down and begins to study it. Usually Hero would be terrified, but at least now she's fine. Well, yeah, she's doing something scientific, so that's probably calming her. So you're fine with stuff like that? What? We all have organs and bones inside us, don't we? Yeah, but usually you don't see them on a daily basis. Only an idiot would be scared of them. I'm not scared of them. Just more the fact that seeing that someone doesn't have their organs inside them doesn't exactly paint a good image. Hero skillfully examines the body. When they're done, they stand up again. To be blunt, the corpse is odd. What really draws the eye is that the cervical vertebrae has been severed, but the cut isn't normal. It's like it's notched. The only thing I can think of is that it was cut with a non-surgical tool. Like a knife, or a hatchet, or an axe, or... I have no idea why anyone would do something that cruel, though. It's clear that the head was purposefully severed. The head was severed with a tool, huh? The corpse is too old to tell everything. There should be a clue nearby. It'd be best to search the room. Good idea. Well, I know where to search. New info has been added in the lab. Oh! That scared me for whatever reason. Yep, what's in this cabinet? I open it and search around. I find bells attached to a handle and a notebook covered in black. It's titled Disposal Vat Management Record. Flip the cover open. Dispose 200 super dimension suddenly iron door half spiritualized. Hypothesis, focused mystical forces need sacred object to erase. Safety valve release code diamond. There's nothing else written. Got Kagura Suzu bells and a disposal vat management record. What in the world are these notes going on about? Disposal, half spiritualization, I don't understand half these words. I have an idea, plus those bells I found don't fit this place at all. I close the notebook and put it in my bag. Just then something tingles around my hand. Huh? What? It's a thin thread. It's human hair. It glitters pale gold? What? The mark starts sucking at my blood. I ignore it and instead stare at the shining hair as if being pulled by it. It's odd, but I get a real feeling that this moment, it's here, this place. I've been here before. Oh. Already into this. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Someone mumbles right next to me. Wait, that's not someone else. That's my own voice. As I thought, it's here. The words pour out from deep inside. I have no acknowledgement or control over them. Memories that aren't mine, words and feelings I couldn't possibly know are falling from my lips. Check the disposal vat. It must be behind that wall. Felt weird when standing in front of that wall. So this is where I got my mark. Wait, Mr. Flynt, what are you talking about? The instant hero speaks, the voice stops. It's nothing. I just remembered something important. You sure you're okay? You were mumbling some strange things. I'm fine, really, just spaced out for a bit. For better or worse, Hero didn't clearly hear what I was saying. So this is where we got our mark? That voice. Could it be that my old self, the one I lost along with my memories, was talking to me? The feeling I got when I saw the golden hair. Maybe that's what triggered it. I haven't heard the other guiding voice for a while now. All I could do is rely on my old self. The disposal vat beyond the wall. The voice said to find that. Well, for now, let's check that. I search the ones that are open. I find a notebook that titled Research Records and an army short sword. Letters in the notebook have faded, but I can still read it. Experiment miraculously succeeded. This divine protection. The 𝙒𝙬𝙀 statue donated from H Shrine connected by bloodline statue makers. Using a chisel donated by same family, the severed head. Tooled together becomes the key, finally our dearest wish. There was nothing else written. Got Research Records 1 projectile sword. A chisel, like for sculpting? Yeah, most likely. Impossible. How could they do something like that? That's just impossible. I go to the door and see a paper stuck to the backside. Yes, worn out talisman. I pick up the worn out talisman. I feel warmth flow through me. I got to my solar power. Alright, let's get out of this fucking room. I don't want to hear that again. Into the darkness. Let's go down the hall. Hello. The dried blood has blackened on the floor. There's quite a lot who's probably left. What's that? I peek into the waterway and see something floating. I reach for it as I hold onto the edge. Somehow I manage to grab it. A talisman. I pick up the worn-out talisman. I feel warmth flow through me. Got soul power. The worn-out talisman crumbles silently in my hand. Let's keep going. Yep, another one. Same way as that operating room. What kind of lab is it? It's just a sewer tunnel. This place may have been used for the same experiments. There might be records left behind. Let's look. Yes, let's look. Search the bottom. Why? Why? When I open the door, a cloud of dust flies up and blocks my vision. Notebook with a black cover is left inside. What does it say? Experimental Unit Correspondence Code. Experimental Unit Correspondence Code. It seems to be a document about cryptograms. Inside it, it says, Kannon, weapons codename, ... Heavenly Buddha, project codename, ... Soul. Oh, I could have come here before I went to that other room. And then I could have figured that out. It looks like Wabun code. It's similar to Morse. So it's not the same? I open it and search inside. I find a notebook titled Research Records and a small gun. The note has deteriorated, but I can just make out what they say. The 70th. Next experiment, 𝙒𝙬𝙀 statue, connect, male body and female head, success. Then supernatural phenomenon, spirit frequent hard continue experiments. That's all it says. Got the research records too and a palm pistol. Well, let's... Oh, notes on the experiments, huh? You better give it a read. Yes, I will give it a read, but first let's get out of this fucking room because I don't want to deal with that weird chainsaw noise. Or that weird drill noise. Ghost doors. Because of course we have ghost doors. Can't be a supernatural game without ghost doors. We go north at the intersection and... an outline of a door is flickering faintly in the wall behind us, in front of us. Hey, look at that. What? What? Impossible. It's another ghost thing? You can't see it? See what? Looks like Hero can't see the door. That's the spiritual. My mouth begins mumbling words that I don't recognize all on its own. Oppose the spiritual with spiritual. If you touch it with a tool that honors the gods... The flow of words out of my mouth stops. Touch it with a tool that honors the gods? I got those bells. Yeah, I got these bells. I take out the bells. Is just touching it okay? No, I have to... Strange words spill from my lips again. It's the priestess tool. If a man displays spiritual power, it'll be destroyed, so touch it silently. All I have is questions, but I have no choice but to trust other me. I touch the bells to the door carefully, making sure not to make any noise. Hey! Next instant, the door physically appears. What? What just happened? What did you do? Just felt like it was the right thing to do. But... I stare at the door. I sense an alarming presence. According to my own voice, if I can call it that, the disposal vat is beyond this door. I found some documents about it in the room with the operating table. Might be good to look through those. Let's be careful. That place is giving me a bad feeling. Well, okay, you know what? Frickin', let's look at our thing then. What is it? Disposal vat. Codename Diamond. Okay, so Diamond, I guess. What do we got? I push open the iron door and... Hey, Buddha statues! It's the heads! What is this place? On the other side of the door is a large empty area reminiscent of a vault. Is this the disposal vat? Should be, but it's not quite what I expected. Oh, something's on the ground. A katana? That's probably what killed that man. I take what Hero picked up. Is Buddha statues. I shine the flashlight around the area. Are these the heads of the Buddha statues? Doesn't seem like they're being stored. Is this some kind of garbage dump? Just then... Oh! The light's on. A sound echoes off something heavy moving, and suddenly the room is lit with a pale light. What was that noise? Let's get out of here for now. I try to open the door to get out, but it's locked. We've been locked in. Oh, that's not good. A cutting coldness invades and envelops my senses. My head snaps up and I see water pouring into the room like a giant waterfall. Water? It's ice cold. A polar bear swim is not something I ever wanted to do. It quickly rises to our knees. I can't even feel my feet anymore. Water underground. Hurry and open the door. We'll get hypothermia. Okay. I have to remember what was written in those documents about the disposal vat. All I see near are the Buddha heads. Diamond. Shit, I think the other book had like a code in it too. I touch the diamond arete head. There's a heavy shudder and the sound of movement, and then the pool of water starts sweeping in one direction down into a drain. Whoa. Ha. When I open my eyes, all I see is darkness. Ugh. I quickly lift my head and rub my eyes. My vision slowly comes back. We're here. This is an intersection in the underground shelter. It looks like we were drained out with the water and flushed down a pipe. We were lucky. I very nearly breathed a sigh of relief, but then I remembered Hero. That's right, where's Hero? No need to be so worried. Huh, it's you. It's been a while, you sneaky intruder. It's that old man I met in the passageway beneath Manhole Street. Tried to ask him about Hero, but... ugh. My jaw is nearly locked and my voice is gone. Don't try to talk just yet. The water here comes straight from the T Mountain Range, so it's deadly cold. If we're submerged in it for nearly an hour, you'll be slurring your words for a while. Relax, relax, your friend's fine. So you, got somewhere to go back to? I nod as I groan. The old man's face brightens like a sun. Well, that's great. Not that I'm demanding a reward for saving you or anything, but I am pretty darn hungry. Man eyes me, his smile sharp. We get in the car, and even though it's the wrong season for it, I turn the heat on full blast. We dry off with towels and the like, but it doesn't stop our shivering. While this is going on, the old man... Whew, it's hot. Can I open a window? He's blatantly fanning himself in front of us. Oh, yes. Okay, yes, in a way we owe him for lives, but even so, he's being a pain. Hang in there a little while longer. Hero shudders. We're about to freeze, you know. It was an honest question. It probably sucks for him, but we still kept the car like a sauna. After driving like that for a while, our teeth finally stopped chattering. Man's name is 𝙑𝙞𝙬𝙯. That's how he introduced himself. But that obviously isn't his real name. As he sits next to me, 𝙑𝙞𝙬 gives off a savory smell like freshly baked bread. It kind of cheers me up. It does for a few months until I realize it's the stench of dried filth. Well, I mean, if dried filth smells like bread, then I'll take it. So, 𝙑𝙞𝙬, what were you doing in a place like that? 𝙑𝙞𝙬 remains silent. Are you listening to me? Don't feel up to talking yet. I'll tell you in exchange for food. Reasonable. I shouldn't be surprised, life's rough. Wait, that should be my question. What were you two doing down there? Long story, ghosts, something about a soldier... I summarize everything we know about spirits in the mark until I catch up to him when we met him in the shelter. So that's how it is, huh? He nods vigorously to himself. Do you really understand any of that? Hero's doubts are reasonable, but 𝙑𝙞𝙬 waves a hand dismissively. Of course I do. Who do you think I am? A terrible grudge is mucking up that underground shelter, and you guys are wrapped up in it now. His story sounds fishy. A grudge? Do you know what happened down there? I said I'm not talking about that yet. I was born into a noble family, so I've always had the ability to see things others can't. I stake my name 𝙑𝙬𝙬𝙯 on it so you can trust me. There's a terrible grudge swirling there and you've got swept up in it. He got nothing to base his claims on, but I get the feeling he's on the right track. In that case, oh noble Lord 𝙑𝙬𝙬, would you tell us, how do we overcome that whirlpool? 𝙑𝙬𝙬 replies with a magnanimous flourish. That should be obvious. Whirlpools always have a center. You gotta find that. The center. That swirling grudge and the spirit thing. Is that what you called it? The birth of the spirit, the heart of the curse. Something like that should be left within that swirling grudge. If you look for that, I'm sure then... He trails off. Gazes at the dark road with his mouth hanging open like he's run out of batteries. Then what will happen? The black sky simply goes on forever before 𝙑𝙬𝙬's eyes. Interesting. Oh yeah, Mary's not here. Oh, that reminds me, Yashiki. 𝙑𝙬𝙬 calls out to me when we enter the garage. Take this, just a little symbol of our friendship. Underground shelter key. Oh, so we can go back through, the Mayamachi Street. Is this a key for the underground shelter? I found it when I was popping in and out of that place. I held on to it. I'll lend it to you for now. He just picked it up. Why is he acting like it's a favor? I have no reason to refuse him. Thanks, I'll borrow it. Damon walks up to us. Hey, you came back safely. Were you able to learn anything? Hero butts in before I can speak. Wait just a minute. Don't tell me. You aren't going to believe that old man's story, are you? He's fishy. Wow, that's rude. If you want my opinion, a snotty punk like you shouldn't be trusted even less. Of course, Yoshiki, you believe me, right? Yeah. That's my good pal Yoshiki for you. Hey now, you're feeling okay in the head? Anyway, changing the subject. Good grief, can we move on from talking about this? Banshee, you're hungry, right? The dining room should have something. Ooh, food, food! Banshee bolts out of the garage and vanishes into the mansion. Damon gives me an exasperated look. Yoshiki, it seems you've got another troublemaker on your hands. To appease the starving Banshee, I offer him some cup noodles and sweet buns. Ooh, that sounds nice. The epitome of hunger, he greedily begins scarfing it down like a starving dog. Probably is a starving dog. That was enough for 10 people. He devours all of it, and I'm reminded of a high-power vacuum cleaner.
Excellent!
I haven't been this full in forever. Good for you. Now answer our questions. What were you doing down there? Well, that's an easy one, because it's my home. What? Been living there ever since I found it 10 years ago. It's not too shabby a place, keeps me out of the rain, and no damn brats messing with me. Though it gets a mite cold in the winter. I don't know how to respond to that. Hiro and Damien seem to be the same. It was a paradise for me because no one knows about it, until a weirdo showed up 6 months ago. Some woman doused in perfume. It was winter and I don't like stirring up trouble, so I just stayed away. That must have been Zukawa. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. That was a month ago. I figured she must have upped and left, so I went back. But now there's something stranger. Which was a damn walking Buddha statue. I know, I'm pretty out there, but even I was shocked by that. I even got this weird scar. Banshee removes his scar, revealing the mark on his neck. You may not believe this, but that statue gave you the scar. And I figured it was that Kannon soldier after all. The Kannon soldier? How do you know that name? Some documents I saw had it. It was an old plan to make a Buddha statue move with supernatural powers. A heavenly Buddha project weapon. Are you nuts? Spirit powers making something move? That's insane. Now, Hiro, calm down. So, those documents that you found, are they still around? Nope, burnt them for warmth. Had a delicious roast potato, too. How could you? Maybe take your own advice, Dr. Damon. Our own measure of common sense seems to be rather different than this strange old man's. It's fine, my noggin works different from most people's. I got it all memorized. As you say, just tell us. We need to know about that project. Yeah, what exactly is this? The Heavenly Buddha Project was the pet project of some general at the end of the war, so they built a shelter for it. Ta-da, the 13th Army Engineering Lab. To make the Kannon soldier thing, they did tests on Buddha statues. They were brought from some shrine or something from somewhere. Must be a shrine. They did a bunch of stuff to infuse the statues with spiritual power. There was a monk from Tea Mountain, spiritual treasures from all over, but nobody thought anything had actually come from it. The project was just an excuse to keep that fanatical general busy. At least it was supposed to be. But one day the statue started moving. It went berserk throughout the lab and went crazy on a ton of people. The bloodstains and old corpses in the shelter are probably the victims. Some people survived, but they had red bite-like marks on them. So this thing gave me the mark. That thing went and wrecked the place, then it stopped and never moved again. No one knows what even triggered it. That's about everything it said. So, a Buddha statue. Okay. Hiro and Damien are as white as sheets. I probably am too. It's a hard story to believe, but he has no reason to lie to us. I think he speaks the truth. Are you kidding me? A statue going around killing people and cursing them? Impossible. Then how do you explain the mark on his neck? Logic would dictate that the moving statue he saw was the Kannon soldier. So it's moving again. Ugh. The dormant soldier suddenly starts moving after 50 years. That might be the cause of mine and Hiro's marks. What if you flip that, though? Both of your grandpas got the mark from the Kannon soldier. When the soldier stopped moving, the marks disappeared. But with it started up again, you got them because you're their descendants. That's what I was thinking. If that's true, then the children inherited their parents' fates. Hero can't seem to muster up any kind of encouragement. I think she's in shock. I want to ask you something, old man. You say that Cannon's shoulders stopped moving? Why? I think it was some spiritual person used a thingamajig to do something. You have no idea. Most important part, try to remember. It's not that easy, son. The mark might have made me forget. Taking his age into account, it's more likely it just completely slipped his mind. It seems we must defeat the Kannon soldier to free our marks. We'll have to figure it out on our own if he can't be of any more help. You seem a pro at this, Yashiki. We'll be relying on you. I don't have spiritual powers or anything, but you've already faced down 4 different spirits, haven't you? A normal person wouldn't have survived. Now that he says it, I guess he's right. I've been hearing a mysterious voice a few times, having weird premonitions. I even caught myself unconsciously talking when we were down the shelter. So, what are you folks gonna do now? Good question. We are going to investigate this project. Let's investigate the project in the shelter. I feel like there'll be the key to the mark. I guess we're going back in then. Hero's still kind of skulking, but at least she's recovered from her shock. We all shared the same fate. It's too late to try and run away. Yep, you should find it there. The heart of everything that's causing the curse. You need that to stop the Kannon soldier. That's what my gut's telling me. What are you gonna do then? I'm full now, so I was gonna take a nap in the park nearby. I'll sit and wait until you fellas do something about that soldier. Wait just a minute, you old fart. Didn't we just say that's too late to run away? Okay, I get it. Well, you folks did feed me, so I guess I'll help you. New info has been added. Yeah, unfortunately, no, my partner's staying hero, because that's as the almighty guide tells me. Interesting. Yeah, I guess we can now go to the back to South Alley. Hello. Go down. There's a door. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I should open if I had the key. Open the door with the underground shelter key. Now where does this go? Well, this room ain't ominous. A single out-of-place Buddha statue. Its head's been cut off. It's a Buddha statue. The headless Buddha statue is covered in dust. There's a talisman stuck to the neck as if it's taken the place of the missing head. Well, I shouldn't take it, but I'm gonna take it. Then I pick up the worn-out talisman. I feel warmth flowing through me. Got more soul power. The worn-out talisman crumbles silently in my hand. Hello, box. Open you up. Buddha heads. Hey, you're not a Buddha head. You're a skilly. Box is packed with carelessly tossed Buddha statue heads. A real, actual head can be seen among them. It's dried and mummified, but going by the long hair, it's probably female. Most likely one of the experiment's victims. So this is where it was. Let's take it and bring it to its owner. I thought you'd say that. Oh, just kidding. Haha. I feel Hero's gaze on me. And I guess I can only carry one head. I need to choose which one to take. Let's take the woman's head, because he just said to take the woman's head, so let's take the woman's head. Let's go. Fuck, I love this game, but fuck. Just keep going, just keep going. Hey, door. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I could open it if I had the key. I have the key. Up. Let's keep going. I can hear a victory chant coming from the other side of the intersection. I shrug and keep moving forward. I take one step forward and an electric current runs through my body and my muscles seize up. It's the spirits of the dead soldiers. Don't worry about it. You layabout, what are you doing here? You don't have time to be loafing around, do you? Recite this base's slogan at once. Cheer for the final battle in the homeland. "100 million honorable deaths? Because weren't the Japanese in World War II all about being honorable or something? Once more, declare your resolve to strike back with air raids. We won't lose even if our country's reduced to ashes. Show your determination." The land of the gods is indestructible. Our army has fought bravely from the southern tropics to the northern Arctic, but the tide still hasn't turned in our favor. What do you think? Can we win this crusade? If the kamikaze wind blows. You're pretty promising for a new recruit. Keep a good eye on this squad. Farewell. Right? Oh, what's that? Something's written on the wall in blood. It says 𝐼𝙙𝙬𝙬𝙧. Human bones. It looks like the person was crushed to death. I guess a statue could do that. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I can open it with a key. Open the underground shelter. Let's go. It's an operating room, but on this table is a corpse. With a severed head, no surprise. A headless corpse is lying there. Hello. Headless corpse is lying on top of the table. The head I picked up earlier might fit on the corpse's neck. Should I try attaching the head? Yes! Try attaching the human head. It fits perfectly on the severed neck. The world suddenly distorts. A horrific scene appears before my eyes. This is the woman on the operating table? Oh. Some kind of experiment is being performed on her. I must be seeing the past. Sound triggers a change in view. Men in lab coats holding surgical tools. They don't look like they're alive. The ghosts of the researchers seem to be stuck forever in the nightmare of the past. I can hear the men whispering from my left side. Hey, she's awake. Don't worry, she'll be dead soon anyway. True enough. Then something else interrupts. You! This time it's a cold whisper from my right. You can hear me, can't you? Don't be afraid, soon. The voice on my right cuts off and I can hear the men in the lab coats again. Hey woman, which of these tools do you want us to use to cut your neck? This is for you, so we'll let you decide. A chisel. Good answer, you're pretty smart. Fortunately, you'll soon be saying goodbye to that clever head of yours. It's valuable material, we'll cut it off nicely. Shut up, you're just like a pig. This is why I hate handling women. Be patient, we finally found a clue. Not yet. Wait. I'll give you power. The whisper from my right falls silent. Yeah, I never dreamed breaking from our usual method would do so well. Hey pig, do you understand? Do you know the correct combination of head and body for the heavenly Buddha? Female head, male body. Precisely, and that's why we need your head. Gladly offer it up for the sake of our beloved country. problem is the soul freshness. Regardless of refrigeration, it's all up to the quality of the cut. Though there are so many available methods, this is all the equipment we have. To the freezer. The voice on the left cut out. A determined voice echoes in my right ear. Hate, hate, hate. Hate this world would tear it to pieces. The power to do that, I'll give it all to you in place where you hear me now. Hate them, destroy them, understand? Yeah. Good. Destroy them. Is that the woman talking? When I return to my senses, I'm standing behind the operating table. Just then, something slides out of the hand of the corpse. Got a small key. What I just saw, no more importantly, the voice that kept speaking from my right side, who was that? You don't look so good. Did you see something weird again? Actually? I explained to Hero what I just saw. A horrible tragedy happened here in the past. Possible that whatever triggered it might have been whoever's voice that belonged to. Who cares about that? Erasing the mark is more important right now. I'm not sure about that part, but Hero's right. This isn't helping us accomplish our goal. We need to search for whatever gave birth to the spirit. Let's keep looking. That small key I found might belong to the cabinet there. I turn my attention to the mark on my wrist. It isn't coming yet. I glance over at Hero. They don't seem to be acting differently at all. Death should be slowly closing in on us, but it still seems like we have time. What's important right now is making sure we survive. Alright, I'm assuming the cabinet on the left. Fuck that buzzsaw! Open the door using the key. Inside is an old gun and some research records. Suddenly berserk, severe damage, suture chanting, complete insanity. Only those who made themselves death managed to remain sane. Half spiritualized like disposal vat, needs sacred object to attack. Destroy human head, the heart of all this. Need to destroy the human head. That's all it says. The gun with blanks and a record. I think I'll leave it there. As much as I hate this chanting, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh dear Lord.